Big news if you're a Sony Xperia 1 Mark 6 owner because you're getting an upgrade. Yes, Android 15 is starting to roll out to the Xperia 1 Mark 6, which is great. Pushing it out over the air, updating the phone, and there's not a whole lot there, honestly. There are some updates to Android 15, which if y'all want, I can make a video kind of talking about what some of the new upgrades are. I did it for the Pixel series phones, kind of talked about some of those new features. The thing with Sony is it's a very lightly skinned phone, very stock Android. They don't do a whole lot to the user interface, so there's not a whole lot there. Most of their updates come in the form of actual apps. And there is supposed to be one big upgrade for the camera, which is enhanced pro controls for video, which I'll have to test out when I get it. Mine is not showing the update yet, but let me show you real quick how to go and get the update. It's pretty darn easy. So you swipe down from the settings, and then you go to your settings, and then you go all the way down to the bottom to system, and then you go tap on software update. Now here's one important distinction. You can see here there are two different tabs up top, one for apps, one for system. Tap on the one for system. Now mine says mine's still up to date. Here's the thing. It's like a rolling update. If you're wondering what that is, it means that it rolls out over time. It's not like as soon as they flip a switch, everybody holding a Sony Xperia 1 Mark 6 all over the world could start getting the update. So it might be there today, might be there tomorrow, might show up in a few days. Just check a few times a day, go to your settings, check, and see if there's an update there. And once you get it, that'll be cool. It also has the November security patch as well. So you'll be up to date on security patch, up to date on Android, even further ahead than Samsung. A lot of people may or may not know this because you're watching a Sony video. Samsung is supposed to be the best when it comes to software updates, and their One UI 7 Android 15 update is delayed until January, whenever the new S25 series comes out. So Google just pushed out the Android 15 update a few weeks ago. OnePlus pushed it out like a week ago, and Sony is right behind them. Like if you told me in the US that Sony would be third whenever it comes to pushing out the Android 15 update, not Motorola, not Samsung, Sony, I would have been like, okay, guys, you're crazy. Like, quit playing with me, right? But no, they've been doing a better job. And Android 14, it came out earlier than we expected. And then now, Android 15, pretty darn quick. And I think a lot of that's testament just to the fact that they use a very stock version of Android. They don't do anything too crazy, too fancy. And that's one reason why I've always liked the software experience. Because when it comes to UIs, it can be hit or miss. Like, I like Galaxy, I like Samsung, I like One UI. There's stuff I like there. It's like a whole Samsung experience. It's pretty cool, built from the ground up. And then you've got Oxygen OS with Android, with the OnePlus phones. That one's pretty cool. But like LG's old take, I didn't really like their take on Android. They did their own extensive skinning for how they wanted to do things that never worked out right. So you're taking a gamble when you start layering all this stuff on top of Android, and that's some of the things that can bog things down, make it choppy, make it less enjoyable, right? So I really appreciate that Sony's really kept it very stock, and it feels even more like stock Android from years before all this material use stuff. It feels like you're using a Pixel almost, but it's a Sony phone. So there's that. There's not really any significant updates there. Again, there are some actual Android 15 updates, but not any specific Sony updates that are mentioned in the changelog. But supposedly, what I'm reading, there's supposed to be some major improvements and new features added under the Pro Video controls. So I'll test that out as soon as I get access to it. But again, mine is not available as of the making of this video. I just wanted to make a video to let you guys and gals know, hey, you got the update. Go ahead and check and see if it's there. From what I was looking at online, it looks like it's about 940, 950 megabytes. That might change a little bit, give or take, depending on what network or what phone model you're using or what region. But it's not massive. It's not like 2 or 3 gigabytes. It shouldn't take too terribly long to do. And Sony's pretty good about getting their updates done. Like, they don't typically take forever or anything like that. So, big news there. Again, not a whole lot of features, but hey, you're also up to date on the security patches, which is cool. The only thing I wish is that at some point in time, Sony would extend their software support to like 5 years. Like, it'd be really nice if we could get 4 or 5 versions of Android. At least we get 3 now. So, I mean, that is an improvement. They're still a little behind the 8 ball there in that department. But, hey, they're making improvements. I'm happy to see improvements. I'm happy to say, hey, good job, Sony, whenever it comes to stuff like that. Because, hey, as Sony fans, we really are left out in the wind a lot, especially now that you can't even get this phone in the U.S. I had held out hope, hoping that at some point they would release a U.S. model. They still have not done that. I am still using the Japanese model, And to answer some questions, yes, I can get limited 5G if you go in and have to manually mess with the antenna settings. But fortunately, LTE works pretty well, other than some spotty call quality if I don't have a good signal. But overall, I really enjoy the Sony Xperia 1 Mark 6. I think it's a fantastic phone. I like it. I know it's not for everyone. I know it's especially not for everyone here in the States, having to spend so much money, having to send it over here, having to worry about not many updates, having to worry about connectivity or signal strength issues. So there are those concerns. But if you are a Sony fan, I really enjoy the phone. I really enjoy the phone. There we go. So that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, gripes, complaints, any of that stuff, please go to the comment section and sound off. Let me know what you have to think. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.